I met a new person at the North London Stitch Up today called Victoria. Hello, Victoria. She looked at my knitting and said, well, we were talking about blocking, and I said, I think this will look a lot better when I have blocked it, because as you can see, it looks like a wibbly wobbly lumpy mess because it's been knit a bit at home, but it's been knit on the train, on the bus, on the tube, even on a plane recently, all the different things we do to go around public transport. And that's where I do a lot of my knitting. And therefore it's a bit of a mess. And I try to explain that if you block it, it will cover a multitude of sins. Everything will fall into place neatly and smoothly and look completely different. What I'm concerned about is it will potentially stretch it beyond where it should go, which seems to have happened with a lot of people with this pattern, and they've ended up with it around their knees. And I don't really have any more space for it to stretch. So if you know how to block and do a great job, I'd love to know. We even do an average job, actually, because that's not a strength of mine. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and do it in the knitting evening in my group on Monday, because a lot of people have said they've not done any blocking and they want to know what it is and how. But I'm not an expert, as I've said. And also, this yarn is beautiful. It's a variegated artisanal yarn. Beautiful autumnal colours in there, and I like the fact that you can see the herringbone stitch but not as strongly as in Julie Hoover, so therefore there you can see the line coming through there. Hopefully it covers up one or two of the flaws. So, but with this Julie Hoover design, and with me making it not in what she recommends to make it in, what I've made it in is in wool, linen and silk, which is beautiful. It's been lovely to work with. It's got a toughness of the linen. It's got a great hang because of the silk in it. I think it'd be lovely when it's done. However, I have Googled and I don't know exactly the best way to block something with a mixture of wool, linen and silk. Do I treat it as silk? Do I treat it as wool? Does it matter? I don't know. But I'm sure one of you fantastic people who are more experienced can give me some guidelines. So if you say you gotta remember this, then I would love to take your advice. So please, anybody who's a blocking expert, if you get to see this video, I'd love to know what you have to say. So thank you for your contribution in advance. So I was talking about the knitting group on Monday. This was a knitting group. I've already got these fabulous groups out here, and I was challenged that it was time for me to contribute to the knitting community in a way and open my home for a knitting group. This is very countercultural in London. We don't really have people over to our homes when we don't know them. This is putting it out there on the internet and opening at my house to whoever wants to come in and knit. And eat and knit, actually, because we do knit and nosh is what my group is called. It's the North London Knit and Nosh. And that is very unusual. Maybe further around the UK, people might go to people's houses for things, but we tend to meet, if we meet at all, we meet in shops, yarn shops, or in pubs or restaurants and things like that. So my group is different because I open my home, and even the people who come say how strange and how unusual that is. So that's one thing which I'm very interested in. I'm interested in the community which is created when you open your home. There's a barrier broken down there. I'm showing a side of myself. I'm opening up that part of me, and I think that helps to create a sense of community, and I'm interested in what happens when we do that. It was a challenge to me. I'm risking something, but I think the people who come are risking something to just press a doorbell of someone that they don't know who's on the other side of the door. And although there was a risk, and so many people have said to me, I would never do that, it has paid me back, hopefully them too, tenfold, because the people who have come have been so interesting, fun, friendly, giving, and every person has not just embraced the spirit of what we're trying to achieve here towards me, who's being hospitable, I guess, but towards every other single person. I've just been absolutely blessed and thrilled. You know, we haven't had anyone that has anything other than a super positive attitude about being here, and I'm over the moon delighted with it. We started in January, it's not been very long, and I wanted to share that with you, and I would like to show you some of my knit night another time if you want to see it, and maybe interview some of the people who come, because we have a big variety of ages and stages and life experience and knitting experience, all coming together with a common goal, which is kind of knitting, but it's other things too. Already creating some kind of community here in London where that's not always easy to do. So I'm interested and fascinated to what goes on in this group as we grow and change and expand and develop. And I'm really interested in your groups around the world. Are you in a group? Do you meet at home? Do you meet somewhere else? How does it work? Do you end up actually making friends that might spend time with each other outside of the group? Do you share secrets? Is it mainly knitting, which is the order of the day? Yeah, that is the part of knitting that I find most interesting, in what else is going on in the group besides the knitting, and what needs does it fulfill in each one of us, and what needs are we fulfilling in each other, as well as having our own needs met. So if you have anything to contribute, or if you just want to ask a bit more about those kind of things, because I think we're all learning and changing and developing as we go, I'd love to know what you think about those things as well. So potentially, if you want to see another one, I think on Monday we'll do a bit of blocking, and if anyone is prepared to be interviewed from the knitting group, or show you a little bit of what happens in the knitting group, and you hopefully around the world can share what happens in your knitting groups, I think that will be beyond fabulous.